Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to my podcast. It is really, really hot here in Florida, and the heat keeps me thinking about things that you need to do during these hot months to your car. One of the things that really popped up in the news a couple of years ago was a gentleman and his dog both died in a C6 Corvette because the battery went bad when they were in the car, parked in a parking lot, and they couldn't figure out how to get out, and they suffered heat stroke and died. So if you own a C6 or a C7 Corvette that has the electronic touchpads to get in and out of the car, please understand that you need to know the location and operation of the emergency door release levers on your car. On the C6 and the C7, if you immediately reach down in front of the outboard side of your seat, so left-hand side of the seat on the driver, right-hand seat on the passenger, and look down at the floor, you'll see a black plastic toggle switch with a red marking on it showing an open door. You pull that, the door will open. If you weren't aware of that, make sure you know where that is and tell anybody who's going to be driving that car during the hot summer months where that is, just in case, because we don't want to repeat that kind of tragedy. Second topic this week, I had a customer write in off the blog and ask about ceramic brake pads, pluses and minuses. As we all know, C5, C6, C7 Corvettes can tend to produce a lot of brake dust, which end up all over the wheels. And you'll wash your car, it'll look great, you'll go out for a nice celebratory drive, and you come back and there's brake dust all over the wheels. It's really, really frustrating. The stock pads that were used on those cars were semi-metallic. If you move to the ceramic pads, you will have a lot less brake dusts. Ceramic pads tend to last longer. They do cost a little bit more, but there are some drawbacks. Drawbacks being they tend to eat into your rotors faster, because every time you have to have your rotors machined, it narrows the material left on the rotor that's available for machining, and eventually you will have to buy new rotors. Not uncommon, but something you need to think about when you make your decision on brake pads. The other thing you need to be aware of is that ceramic brake pads tend to take a little bit of time to get warmed up enough to stop your car the way you're used to. We've installed many brake pads here at C&S Corvettes, many of them ceramic, especially on the newer cars, and when we test drive them, we notice that they do have a softish feel when the brakes are cold. You know, the car's been sitting overnight, you get in it, you start it, you drive, the brakes don't instantly grip like you're used to on your semi-metallics. However, once you've driven the car 2-3 miles, they actually stop better than the semi-metallic pads. So if you like getting rid of the brake dust, you don't want that, and you don't mind changing your driving habits slightly to account for the fact that things don't work quite as well when they're cold, the ceramic brake pads are a really good choice. Any questions? Feel free to give me a call at 800-886-5064 or write me at csvet@comcast.net with your questions. I'll do my best to answer them. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.